Collaborative project learning, publishing, broadcasting, and photography. Our team, Al-Fateh Elang El Rico, Ahmad Ridho Ruskullah, Ganesha Arya Putra, Farda Salsabila. Forward, by the name of Allah, the most merciful, we offer praise and praise for His presence, who has bestowed His grace, guidance, and inayah on us, so that we can complete the book about architectural business. We have compiled this book optimally and received assistance from various parties so that it can facilitate the production of this book. For this reason, we would like to express our gratitude to all those who have contributed to the creation of this book. Apart from all that, we are fully aware that there are still shortcomings, both in terms of sentence structure and grammar. Therefore, with open arms, we welcome all suggestions and critiques from readers so that we can improve these books. Finally, we hope that the book about architecture business can be useful for the community so that it can provide information and inspiration to reader. Content, unit content. Number 1, sentence building 5W1H, basic cue subject. Number 2, listing verbal and nominal sentence. Number 3, changing sentence into active either passive form. Number 4, identifying pattern of tense. Number 5, translating paragraph into Indonesia. Number 6, explaining reason why outdoor use the tense. Architecture. There are at least as many definitions of architecture as there are architects or people who comment on the practice of it. While some embrace it as art, others define architecture, seminal social responsibility as its most definite attribute. To begin a sentence with architecture is a bold step into treacherous territory, and yet many of us have uttered, or at least thought architecture is, while we've toiled away on an important project, or reflect on why we've chosen this professional path. Mostly, architecture is a thought practice, on other, it is wonderfully satisfying. Perhaps thought, most importantly, architecture is accommodating and inherently open to possibility. This collection of statements illustrates the changing birth of architecture significant. We may define it as differently when talking among peers, or adjust our statement for outsider. Number 1, architecture is definitely a political act. Peter Eisenman. Number 2, architecture is unnecessarily difficult. It is very tough. Zaha Hadid. Number 3, architecture is by definition a very collaborative process. Joshua Prince Ramos. Number 4, architecture is a way of seeing, thinking, and questioning our world and our place in it. Tom Main. Number 5, architecture is the art and science of making sure that our city and building actually fit with the way we want to live our life, the process manifesting our society into our physical world. Bjarke Ingels. The purpose of reading is to provide information about architecture business for education facility. To give a description. Architecture business, you want to know more about it? Let's read it. Number 1, make a portfolio. The portfolio was always my concern when I first started my career as an architect. Client will definitely prioritize an architect who has a better portfolio than other. At some project that you work on during college or after, the more track record you have, the better. Number 2, extend the networking. The fate of an architect really depends on the project is the field. As much as possible, build a relationship with everyone, both in everyday life and your activities when cyberspace. When you are close to them and they need the service of an architect, surely you will be contact first. Number 3, improve your skill. For the coming year, the profession of an architect will be needed forever as long as the earth exists. Infrastructure development will certainly continue to flow. For the sake of this long-term project, you can help but improve your skill as soon as possible. The competition every year is very tight. Who does do not change? Then hell will be crushed by the times. Number 4, get out of your comfort zone. Being an architect is good, especially if you are already have many clients. Unfortunately, many are trapped in the boredom because they don't get out of their comfort zone. When you are an expert in this field, try to explore other related fields, say like on property consultant something. Number 5, have a professional mentor. The tips for being an architect are still related to the 4 point. When you step into a new field, of course, you need a qualified mentor. The goal is so that you can easily absorb knowledge. When you already have expertise in 2 or more fields, the opportunity to expand your wing will be ever greater. Number 6, dare to take risks. The temporary risk when you are exploring other field might be that some other are not handled. At times like this, you can take advantage of your network. Just pass it your friends who have the same profession. Surely, he will be happy to accept it. But choose one that has the same quality as you, so that he client is not disappointed. Number 7, present the skill. Always accompany your career with these tips. Who will know you if you don't open yourself up to the public? For example, by opening a seminar of the impact of ecology-based or other development. It can also appear on the television or research on the world of property and architecture. This method is like a powerful magnet to attract public interest. Number 8, be diligent in brainstorming. Brainstorming activities are concerned with using the mind over and over again to create ideas. Make this activity a daily habit. Trends with property design are always changing. But when you always success in the creating fresh idea in the building you design, then the trend will not have an effect. It is your will created the trend. Number 9, accept exciting failure. There will never be success without failure. Every success person must have experience. Think like this. It is just that different people fail successfully. It is less to let spirit to get up of the front, get up or even fall. When you experience failure, accept it and welcome it well. Don't reject so he doesn't own your mind. Working as an architect, it is always related to the life of creative people. Continue to train your imagination so you can stay alive in the mindset of competition. Those are some tips for success as architect that you can apply. If you have a team, be prepared if you hurt too much profit. Sooner or later, they will leave you. 5W1H. What? Question. What is the content of this article? Answer. It's basically about architecture and business. Where? Question. Where can we put our idea? Answer. We can put our idea everywhere and every time. When? Question. When can we realize our dream of becoming an architect? Answer: we can start our dreamer as an architect when we already have a degree and a lot of experience in the world of architecture work. Who? Question: who is involved in this? Answer: those involved in this article are the founder of delusion. Why? Question: why an architect must have a great guts? Answer: because without the courage to take risks, an architect will not be able to develop and will remain in the comfort zone. How? Question: how to how? Question: how to become an architect? Answer: there's so many ways to be an architect, but another one is you can make a portfolio and extend the networking about architecture business. Active sentence and passive sentence. Number 1. Active sentence. The architect profession is considered to have an important role in national development. Passive sentence. In national development, the architect profession is considered to have an important role. Number 2. Architect sentence. It took a lot of courage to be able to realize this iconic building work. Passive sentence. To make an iconic building work, it took a lot of courage. Number 3. Active sentence. If we have money knowledge, we will get a decent job. Passive sentence. We will get a decent job if we have a lot of knowledge. Tense and pattern. This article uses tense simple present tense. For the sentence pattern, use verb 1. Here are some sentences that use verb 1, that is: number 1. Architecture business is an important thing for develop ourselves. Number 2. Extend the networking. The fate of architect really depends on the project in the field. Number 3. Improve your skill. For the coming year, the profession of an architect will be needed forever. 4. Get out of your comfort zone. Being architect is good, especially if you already have many clients. Number 5. Have a professional mentor. The tips for being an architect are still related to the 4 point. Number 6. Dare to take a risk. The temporary risk when you are exploring our field may be that some orders are not handled. All times like this, you can take advantage of your network. Number 7. Present the skill. Always accompany your career with the tips. Number 8. Be diligent in brainstorming. Brainstorming activities are concerned with using the mind over and over again to create idea. Make this activity a daily habit. Number 9. Accept exiting failure. This will never be success without failure. Every successful person must have experienced these things like this. Number 10. Make a portfolio. The portfolio was always my concern when I first started my career as an architect. Why other use the tense? Writer use the tense simple present tense because this article explains something that is happening now, present, at a specific time. Because it is happening at the present time, it must be using verb 1 in this sentence structure. Closing statement. This book was created as the implementation of PBLL collaborative project based approaches under the supervision of lecturer in publishing, photography, and broadcasting. Thanks to Mr. Zal Zulifa MPD for his research finding about public-partner based language learning (PBLL) that's got non-active speaker of English use the basic skill of reading, writing, listening, speaking within the competencies of pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, publishing, marketing, delivering.